All right, traders. Sorry about that, traders. It's that time of the year. Got to do the plowing and get it done right before the storm comes through. We're into September, and we do a little farming around here. And today I got trapped, but I'm sorry. And here we are. This is Doc from North America saying good morning, good afternoon, and evening. You see the euro up there. As I eat a cheese stick to satisfy. Been up since 3:30 for over 5 hours already. You see the dollar index. It did go into the cellular yesterday. Let's put it up on J4 Chicago Quant right there. Where is it at? Right there, and you can see it's pressing down. And the same thing on Chicago Quant. You see that went into the sell yesterday. Oh, look at this! It's jumping back up again. All right, so. Just when you thought it might be a little safe to see it go sideways down, it changed its mind enormously quick. I'd imagine we have some numbers coming out. So I know that I believe CPI is tomorrow. Maybe it's today. We'll have to take a look and see. I'll look on the calendar. But what it really comes down to is I'm going to jump over to the bond really quick to see what the bond is doing. Excuse me. There's the bond. It's lifting up, which means interest rates are dropping, and that's kind of curious. When you have interest rates dropping, price of the bond goes up, interest rates drop. And what do we see at the same time? We're seeing that the dollar index doesn't really want to participate. And that's been the recipe pretty much. It's, it doesn't want to back off. There's nowhere for money to divert. And at the same time, we try, in other words, markets try to anticipate the change, dollar selling off, that type of thing, but it just doesn't seem to happen. Hey, Janos, technical issues? No, it was farming this time. I got stuck behind something, and we got a hurricane coming, and I didn't want the ground to be too wet, and I needed to get it done because we're already heading for the middle of September, and so it's like it's like a mad rush to get some things done. Well, we have no notifications during this week. As I thought CPI is coming out. Up my foot and at home, not in the office. You know what? I think CPI is coming out. I thought it was going to be tomorrow, but it could have even been even today. Let's take a look. Let's get up on the Dukascopy calendar. Last I saw, let's see. Where is it? Where can I throw that Dukascopy calendar up? Let's throw it up over here. There we go. And then go like that, and let's see. Yeah, I know that they're looking at CPI this week. I know they are. That they're and here's the Dukascopy calendar. We're going to put it up on the screen at the same time. Right there. And where's it at? Dukascopy calendar. There it is. So yeah, today. Well, today's Tuesday now. So today, let's see what we have here. There it is. API weekly crude. And we knew that one. So it must be tomorrow. I saw speculation. They've been speculating for, they think that the inflation is going to kick up. And that's why we had the webinar. There it is. Consumer price indexes tomorrow. See it right there? Maybe I can highlight it in some way. So we can do this like that. There it is right there. And there's a real strong feeling that the inflation is going to be kicking up more. That's what the feeling is, and it makes sense. We keep rolling, but I can't upgrade the thumbnails. No, that's all right. I have it. I noted it for tomorrow. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And so what's going to happen with this number, the CPI? That's probably why we're seeing a little more strength in the dollar. Is that the markets are anticipating that inflation, not stagflation, that's the thing. That's why we talked about that yesterday and so forth, that we think that inflation is going to show strength more than stagflation. And because of that, they were buying the stocks yesterday because stagflation hurts stocks. Inflation helps stocks. And so that's why we saw that. And now you can see, in the dollar index, which is a little surprising to me. I always think that they're going to have a little bit better run, but they don't. And let's move that off the screen now. And let me just go down one more day. I think PPI is the next day, isn't it? So it goes from CPI And then on Thursday is PPI. So we have those two numbers, which are very important. So Wednesday and Thursday, we got some numbers in there, and then we see it around the planet too at the same time. And then on Friday, I'm trying to see if we have anything on. I don't think Friday has much. There's Friday. Business inventories. That'll help a little bit to figure out. That's Thursday. Okay, and then Friday is export prices. That'll, isn't it funny? You and I know, Janos, that's the fundamentals that everybody used to, keyword there is used to, pay attention to. It moved the markets. Now, it moves it for a minute and a half and then it's over with. Used to carry on for days because of those numbers. Now it's, it's just not the same old battle that goes on. So anyway, there it is. And that is what's really out there at the moment. What else can we say about any of that? I guess what it really comes down to at this point is that as we see the dollar index lifting back up again, and it went into the sell yesterday, but obviously we're in that weekly buy there. You can see that. You see it over here on J4X. We've got 2 red days in a row. Where's that mouse at again? I just had it in my hand. There it is. There's the mouse. You can see fast stochastics at 63.3, and the slow is at 77.43. So it's pushing down. This is the daily. Let's take a quick look at the weekly. See, it's shifted it all from yesterday. And here's the weekly. And you can see over here, our weekly says, don't care. It's just basically saying, don't worry, it's going to stay in the buy. I mean, it's holding up pretty high up in there. And you can see it here. We are at 93.2 versus 94. So it's actually dipped underneath here for the time being. But it's not that far off. You're only talking about a point. So it's it's very close, and it's at the top end of the range. And so what it really comes down to is that the markets themselves are looking for an increase in inflation, but not a increase in stagflation. And that's the song that's being sung, I guess you could say. Now over here, where do we go from there? Let's jump over to the euro. And there's the euro. That's the S&Ps. Let's go to the euro right there. And there's the euro. And you can see the euro climbed into a daily buy yesterday and is trying to drop back down again, which is a little surprising to me. I am kind of surprised. But, money is doing its best to park itself somewhere. It's fighting to park itself somewhere smart. And so that's why we're seeing this type of action. All right, and let's put that up on J4X. Where's that at? Right there. There we go. And that's not bad at all. You can see that same pressure on it. That's the weekly, of course, just like it is on our work here. And let's see. Let's get the... what else is there? Go like that. Not that, not that. Yeah, let's try this. See what happens there. Let's take this one. And let's just minimize that. And expand that. Okay, and then you can see looks like we've found the right feed for our new platform for the currencies. Notice how we were kind of trapped. We were only be able to show you a couple currencies that the math was catching up. And we should be very close to that in the next couple hours or days. And guess who is doing a beta test? Wilco. Wilco is doing a beta test. Let me see, where else is it? We'll go there and we'll give it a spin again. All right, now let's jump over to the cable. See what the cable's up to. Cable's been acting stronger. We showed yesterday about how the Euro GBP pairs trade. It's been getting a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger, and it's doing all right there. Here's the GBP itself. Let's see how the weekly looks. Let's put it up on Chicago. And we'll go like that. And then we'll go over here. Let's put it up on the new platform that is reading it, which is good. Right there. There we are. And the new platform is going to it's going to go further days back. It's going to be more balanced with the daily and the weekly, so it's going to be really good. I was really happy looking at it. I can see more. from home his video game activity. Oh, really? He was gaming yesterday? Huh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Wilco pops in there. He got frustrated with the cryptos, and I kept on saying to him, they're good products. It's just that they're not going to go. Everybody thought they're going to go to $1 million. It's look. I'm a big believer that the cryptos have a real equity position in the open market, but I don't. Will it go to $1 million someday? Possibly, but it's going to take a lot of chaos to do it. And that much chaos, there might not be any computers around to trade it. So, the reality has always been that way. All right. Now, there you can see there's the... Okay, look at that. Let's put this out. There we go. So you can see here we dipped into the sell yesterday in the GBP. And it's still in the sell. It's been in the sell since right there. Let's show you on on our new platform. Let's see, where's that? Right there. See that same thing? Was in the sell, went into a buy for a day, and then right back into the sell again. So it's been pressing down for days, and just jumped up the one day. This one right here, that little green one right there, and then right back into the sell yesterday. So it's in the sell from yesterday, and for as you can see, let's switch over again. And let's put the daily up there too on J4X. There it is. So you can see there, it tried also. Let's see if I can move this over. Like that. You can see there, it tried. It went green and back into the red again. Fastest at 21. The slow's at 16. It's trying to be lifted. They're trying to lift it up. Yeah, I know. He's funny that way. All right, now where do I go from here? Oh, okay. So now what we do is we jump over to the yen. Let's see what the yen is doing. Right there. Yen almost got into the sell yesterday. It was a green and a red. I was waiting to see what they'd do today. I had a feeling they would just pop it back up. I still think this thing wants to go to the 150 area, which is, I don't think it's going to take out the high. I think it's just going to, maybe goes 149.80. I don't know, something like that. But I think it wants to get up into that area. Let's put it up over here. Where's that? Let's put that there. There it is. There we go. Dollar yen in a sell. You see, where's that now? It's trading at 64.3 versus 75.4. So it's in the sell for the last couple of days. And over here you can see, what is this? Let's see what the yen looks like over here. I can't wait till our new platform has currencies working all right. And it looks like we found the right data feed yesterday. You see it's pushing up today there. And there. So it never got into the sell. It went into the buy right here. Where's our line at? Let's steal one of these lines. Let's build a new one or something. I'd rather steal one. Let's grab that one. Let's see, there we are. Went into the buy there. And, it picked up, was it almost 2 points? 2 handles from 146 to 148. The high now for there is, what's it, 147.80. That one is 147.87. And that one is 147.82. So it was a pretty decent little pop out of that, especially being in the weekly buy. And you can see that strength is fighting and playing hard to stay there. It wants to keep on climbing. They are really trapped on some level. That the yen is, there's no doorway for them to exit. All right, let's go to, let's see, from there we go to the Turkish lira. That was in a daily buy for the last few days. Okay, it's still there. You can see that strength there. You see the weekly is flirting. We're through this side of it already. The slow is not, but it's getting close. But then the manifold is collapsing to begin with. As you can see there, it's pulling that collapse like when it did when it went on another rampage. And I guess they're going to probably try to take out some numbers down the road. In other words, they're probably going to make another all-time high and then some. I don't even have the words anymore for the population of Turkey. I just feel sorry for them, and I wish that it turns better for them, because having a currency go from 1 to what's it now, 28.82, so basically 1 to 29, something like that. That really hurts. That really, it's inflation is a thief. It really is. Inflation is a thief, and probably why those bonds that we have in the United States called TIPS, because they're adjusted for inflation. Treasury inflation protected. That's why they call them TIPS securities. So it's TIPS, Treasury inflation protected securities. And what they are is they're bonds, and they don't have a fixed interest rate. They fluctuate with a couple, like 2 points over inflation, that type of thing. So if inflation's at 5% right now, the bond is yielding 7%. So they always guarantee that you're making a profit. And they're government bonds, no less. All right, so that's the euro. And let's see, what do we have here? Let's put it up over here. Let's see. There it is, right? No, that's the dollar one. And it's coming back up to that 27, isn't it? It's at 26.8. It's a dollar euro. We haven't looked at that in a while. And we're looking for the euro Turkish lira right there. There it is right there. I think we're going to find ourselves up in here in the 29s again. Before you know it, they'll be going after the all-time high again. I mean, that's pretty much, seems like that's the recipe. And I bet when we Fibonacci something like this, I bet this is probably the 50 percentile right there. See if we can do that over here. If I pull this down a little bit like that, and I pull this one down just a little bit more like that, then there's the all-time high. So let's put a Fibonacci to it. So there to there. And there's the 50 percentile right down there. Look at that. Okay, now this thing seems to be stuck at the 3.8. So let's see if they lift through that and then build a base on top of this one here, up in the low 30. And we'll see what they do from there. But at this point in time, I really don't expect much more than sideways up. I really don't see. Geez, what are they doing? They're paying 25% now in interest. I mean, what are they going to do? Go to 30%? I mean, how can you do that? I mean, it's bankrupting the country. And you'd be better off just adopting see, that's the problem, is that when you don't practice capitalism, then what happens is it makes it tough for countries to fix their economy. Well, not much more you can say about that. Capitalism works and the rest of it does not. Let's see what it looks like over here on our new platform. Let's see. There, no, that's Euro GBP. It's up top. Let's see, who's that? Let's see. All right. So there's Turkish lira there. You can see it over here. Let's see if we can make this bigger, like that. You can see right there, just playing around the bottom end of the line. I figure it's going to go play this top end right here, like just a little over 30. And there's the all-time high right there. That might play out over the next 2 months, something like that. see what they do. All right, now, oh, and here it is. Do we have, no, that's the yen on there. Let's see if we can get the Turkish lira up on that. Let's switch over to there. There. And then let's go find it over here. Turkish lira. There it is right there. And you can see, you know, it's been pressing down for days and it hasn't gotten into the daily buy yet. Interesting. And we're in that weekly sell, whereas here the fast has moved across. Now that's interesting also. It's not picking it up yet. And let's take a look at it on the weekly over here. Well, there's the daily. So the daily is 63 and the slow is 49. So it's picking up 2 greens. It's trying to climb. Over here we're doing it. We're on the 3rd day of a buy. Let's show you that. But on the new platform, right there, see it's doing that buy, and the weekly's doing that buy. And let's put the weekly over here just to see how it's matching up. Right there. And what's that? The slow is 51, the fast is a 57, but it's red. So we're kind of watching the battle go on. But this is the best right so far. And this is matching up. Let's put this up on the screen. It's matching up with J4X more. You know, in that sell on the weekly right there. Is it 3, 4, 5 weeks in weekly sell? Same thing right here. We are in the 5th week of the weekly sell, but it's trying to turn up. Now you can see our fast is moved up above the 0 line, so it's keeping you in that honest situation where it's telling you it wants to be long. You know, the slow doesn't, but the fast does on our algorithm. So it's giving you warnings. There's some pressure there. All right, now from there we go over to the South African Rand. I'm just answering this text. Let me take care of that too. There we go. So, where are we at? Oh yeah, let's go to South African Rand. Put it up on J4X. We'll put the daily up there. Where are you? Dollar ZAR. There it is. Now, looks like here it's pressure's on it on the downside. Fast is trading at 36. Slow is trading at 52, so there is some good pressure there. Let's put it up over here. Lifting up a little bit today, but in the daily sell now for 3 days. The weekly is slowly pressing down, and we've noticed the gold is definitely not doing anything, you know, in the sense of it's not lifting. Let's try this. Oh, here we go. Let's fix that too so you can see it. Here we go. There you go. So 3 days, but it's popping up a little bit right there. And it's on its edge, just on the edge there. Now, from there, let's put gold up on J4X. Right there. See, gold has been pressing down on the daily, making a new low today. Piercing, didn't break the 1900, but it's definitely putting pressure on it. Let's take a look at it over here. We're going to go through all the metals now. So, right there, there's gold. You can see, yeah. And where's the South African Rand doing again? Let me just do a flash to it again. There it is. It's trying to lift up, but you know, this last couple of days, it seemed like it was trying to find a way into the buy, but it just didn't do it. You know, you can see it was making highs and then failing, making highs and failing. And you can see here the weekly was in a green. Right now it is removed itself and it's back into the minus again. And the daily's been in a sell since up in here in the 1960 area. So 1955, something like that. So it's got that pressure on it, and today's low is, let's see, where's it at? Today's low is 29.9, something like that, 29.8. So they're putting pressure on the metals complex. Let's see what silver looks like. And there's silver. Silver was flirting with a buy today, but it has given up on the ghost there. And the pressure's on, and the weekly is holding up by 0.01. I mean, it's so thin. No conviction. They don't have any, they're not sure when the next real, buying thing comes in. I mean, we got the holidays coming up. I mean, usually late October or mid-October, we start to see some buying for the holidays. So we'll see if that happens again this year. What else can we say about that? And this is all because South African Rand is just, let me just put the Rand back up on the screen here for a second. Right there. That's because the Rand overall is lower, but today it's popping back up again, being a sell for 3 days. Let's steal this one. Right there, it went into the sell. And the weekly's just above 0.06. All right, now from there we'll go take a look at copper. Let's see, right there. There's the copper. And it's down a little bit today, but it's trying to get into the buy. The weekly is still in the sell. You can see it down here. And see what we have over on our new platform. Let's see, what's that? The HG, high grade copper. There it is, HG. And it's trying to push in the buy the last 2 days, which makes some sense. But notice here our work didn't turn up on that, and then today interesting feed. I'm not sure if we're looking at the copper month. I wonder what this is. I think this is the front month of October. That's what I think we're looking at. It's trading at, what's that, a little under 380. It's doing the same thing on the December contract. Let's go take a look at this real quick. That's not it. Let's see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, yeah, here we go. Here's the exchange price. See if we can spot something there. See if something makes sense. And there is the exchange price. And so we're looking at December, which is, let's just move this over there for a second so you can see. December has 21,000 in volume and 132,000 in open interest. After that, the rest of them are only like 30,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 1,000. So September, October, and November are nothing. And so, and what's the next month? March, right? Yeah, March. So that's where we are with the copper. And I was mentioning it yesterday. There was a couple analysts that I trust. I heard one of them say yesterday they were expecting, the S&P 500 pierced the 4550, and if it pierces that, they think it's got more room to run. And at the same time, they were looking at the copper market, thinking that if the copper takes off, they're still hoping that China can help the world market, and they just don't understand that China can't help the world market unless Americans are buying from China. China can do nothing. That's the problem. China's too closed an economic system. As much as they want to be, deeply involved. Where's the microphone? There it is. Deeply involved with the world economy, they can't get the country in that position because they keep on practicing socialist and communist ideas. All right, from there we go over to the platinum. Let's minimize that. And there is the platinum right there, the October contract. And it's just hanging on by a thread. It's on the buy side by 0.47 now. Let's move that out of the way altogether. And you can see the weekly is trying to turn up from last week's sell-off. And so this is the platinum. Now let's go over to the palladium, another industrial metal. right there. It's the December contract. And it's trying to lift up, but the weekly is still down right there. And then we go over to Ducoscopy because they have palladium on their platform. Let's see if we can find it. Palladium, palladium, palladium. Not there. Copper. There's copper. I thought I saw palladium on this. Let's see if I can punch in PA. Let's see. Let me put a pair of glasses on too to be able to see what I'm doing. There you are. PA. Palladium. LL. Is that it? There, that's it. That's palladium, isn't it? Yep, there we are. You can see it's trying to lift up here on the daily. Doing the same as this over here. You see the fast is at was that 58 and the slow is at 54, almost 55. So that pressure is on it to try to lift, and you can see here on our work it's been doing that same thing. It's trying to lift, but it's in that weekly sell. It makes it awful hard to get going. It tries to lift on a daily basis like yesterday. You can see they pushed it up, but it closes in a red. It's below the zero line, and today it's pretty much unchanged for today, and it's just underneath there by minus 2.23. All right, now from there, where do we go from there? Let's go to, we've done all the metals, so what we'll do is we'll jump over to the Canadian. And there is the Canadian. You can see it went into a sell yesterday right there. Let's put that line in there. And the weekly's still holding up. And it's a little up today, nothing major. And then we go take a look at the metals complex. There it is right there. There's the front month, which is October at this point. And you can see it's making a high of 88.47. Or let's see, the high today was 88.69, which is divine. So you see there, trading over at divine, and it's 88.54 right now. So, you know, it's pretty much at the top end of the range. That pressure is pushing on it. Let's see what it has over here. There's light Swede. Just climbing, climbing, and climbing, just like over here. And weekly buy for a couple of weeks. Then let's take a look at, what was the next one I was thinking about? Let's go take a look at Brent. That's what I wanted to look at. Brent. Right there. Still climbing up also. Looks like it might be down for the day. Remember, you know, candlestick slash, what do they call this one? I forget what this tool is, but Hinky-Ashki. You know, it kind of moves a little slower, but it does a good job. Let's put it that way. Now from there, we go to West Texas, and there is West Texas, and that's trading at, you can see there, lights. What price is that? I'm confused. 13.5 and then 90. Oh, it must not be equal to the barrel. That's what it is. Okay. So there's crude oil. You know, Mr. Biden keeps on reducing our inventory in every which way, from not drilling to selling off reserves. So we're really stuck in a quagmire with him. It's going to be a very interesting 6 months. Historic. It will be a historic 6 months. You watch and see. It's going to be very interesting. All right, and then from light sweet, where do we go from there? Oop, I just blew up something. Open chart. There we are. Light sweet. Let's go check out natural gas right there. trying to lift today. Let's see what it does over here. There's natural gas in a buy for 3 days, but in a weekly sell, so it's been stuck in that neutral area. What else can we say about any of this? I guess that's about it. Now we'll go over to that Spanish company, the energy company, and see what they're up to. Let's see, right? There it is. So you can see there. Is that right? That's Tech Euro. Let's see if we can find what I was looking for. Still thinking. It's still thinking. That's something euro. I want that. I don't know. Maybe that is it. 27.41. They're lifting it, I guess. You just look. No, that's the DAX of some form. There it is right there. 26.76. You see that strength there? So they're putting some pressure on the European natural gas at the same time. And then here in the States, you can see we're trading at $2.67. Yesterday we were $2.59 changed at $2.60. So they're buying it here. You can see it's in a daily buy for 3 days right there. The weekly has not turned up, but the fast has. It's trying to change, of course. We'll see if it does. And today's just Tuesday, so we have plenty of time. And then from there, we go and look at it on this platform. Let's minimize this. And this is that same energy company. Where is it at? Right. It's around here somewhere. We got so many products on there now. Not there. Not there. Not there. It's around here somewhere. It's hard to miss, too, once you see it. There it is. And then let's put it up over here. Wrong mouse. There it is. You see there's that strength, same as it is over here. And the daily is in a buy. Let's put this up in here. See it on J4X there. Come on, there we go. Whoa, that's too wild. Let's make it the whole page. Maybe it'll straighten that out. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do we escape that? Where did you go? Let's try this again. File. What did I do wrong here? There must be a button I can send us back to. Let's see. Not that, that's for sure. All right. It's around here somewhere. There must be an escape somewhere. Why can't I find it? There we go. Okay. So you can see here 90 on the fast side, 74 almost on the slow side. Still feeling that pressure from the upside. Ooh, that sounded all in a rhyme. And this is that energy company in Spain. And you can see our situation here, the daily buy going on. We've got 4 days here. You got it here. And then there's the weekly. Let's fix this so you can see both. There we are. And so you can see the weekly. It's climbed up into the weekly 3 weeks ago in the buy. So it's pressing. Let's see how the weekly looks over here, which is all very negative for the purchasers because it's going up in value. That's what the problem is there. Let's move that out of the way. Put that there. And let's put the 1 week up there like so. So there's that action. 3 weeks in a buy, 61 versus 45. The pressure's on there at the same time. The product doesn't want to give up. Unfortunately, natural gas in Europe is really trapped in some type of confusion with the war and everything else. All right, now from there, we go over to, where do we go from there? All right, so that basically completes the Canadian slash the that thing, and we'll take a look at the Canadian one more time. Did we look at crude too? There is the Canadian dollar CAD right there. Canadian, that's the weekly. It's been in the buy, and usually when that's in a buy, usually oil is going down, but for some reason, not these last 3 months. Now there, the daily, you can see it's trying to press down, and we have pretty much that same thing going on over here. Where is it at? Like that, and then like that. CAD, right there. You can see it. Daily sell for 2 days, but it's in the weekly buy down in there. Let's make sure you can see that too at the same time. So there's a real pressure point going on. Again, you know, people are watching for inflation and not stagflation. So that's why we're seeing that. And there's a lot of strong feelings out there that we're going to see $100 oil. That's the worst part about it all, I'd say, because it really, that's how inflation is created, by that situation right there alone. What else can we say about that? I guess not much more. All right, let's take a look at a stock indice, and we'll get out of here. So where's the mouse for this? Right there. And let's take a look at, say, the Dow Jones. Or in this case here, let's go to the S&P 500. Right there, there's the S&P 500. You see it's still trying to climb a little bit. They've taken it in and out. It's been pressured. It got as high as almost 4,500, I guess it is. And now it's trading at 4,468. It bounced up very, very much on the upside and then stalled out. Let's put it up over here. And there is natural gas, and then let's look at the S&P 500 here. Right there. Okay, now you see yesterday we got up to 499. That was it was 4,543. This is the December contract. That's right. We've moved over to December contract too. So, you know, December has a nice big premium on it. So it got up into there. And now it's just flirting with the bottom side of the 4,500. And traders are watching for 4,550. That's where their eyes are glued to. If it breaks through there and we see copper starting to lift, they're thinking that you'll see strength across the markets across the planet. That's what they're thinking. So, all right, traders, this is Doc from North America. Tomorrow's the big numbers, you know, PPI and CPI. CPI tomorrow, and Thursday is PPI. So we'll keep an eye out on that and see how they, you know, treat this market from it. So nothing really is shaking our minds about anything. In other words, we're not convinced. If anything, we're looking for more strength in the indices, stock indices, and we're looking for a little bit more weakness in the, or at least flat on the currencies when it comes. In other words, the dollar will stay just firm and steady. That's the way we're looking. All right, this is Doc from North America. We will catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. And so, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you To all our trading friends, later traders, have a good, safe, and smart trading day. We will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Happy to hump day.